one major gripe with. I have two major gripes with Cyberpunk, and one is that everyone on this.
Hi everyone.
Oh.
I was.
Oh right, it's Monday.
I was worried that.
No, I mean I can talk about it. It's fine.
I'm sure you can. When you said, I just thought I should be very clear that we're live. That's all. Please continue. Continue.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, continue disparaging people.
Well, yeah, it's
go for it.
Well, it's just like one of those things. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I just get bothered when games are in an unpleasant setting, or they're in an apocalyptic thing, or you have there's supposed to be a bunch of tough people, and so just everyone is just outwardly aggressively assholes.
Yeah.
Right. And because it just makes it hard to care. If everyone's always aggressive towards you all the time, you're not going to help them or care about them, right?
But that's the
what
whole
high school
fucking
was
thing
like.
Usually.
Did you also then go? Actually, we should not talk about.
No, we should not go there.
Not a joke to make. Never mind. Moving on. Tell us about the game tonight, Philip.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the Dreamlands. My name is Philip, and I am the Senate.
Not yet. Not yet. You're not.
I am.
What did I
He's
miss?
gonna make a game. The next game he makes is where he's gonna get to say he is the Senate.
Oh my god! I
mean-
need to make a game where the game master is referred to as the Senate.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you be the chancellor then?
No, it's.
So basically,
I think you were out that week.
Basically, when they realized that the name for the GM of this game is just Long Lost Lore, which was also the case in Lost Lore Academia, people said that's preposterous that you just say I am Long Lost Lore. And so that they were like, it's like you're saying, I am the Senate. So I've started saying I am the Senate instead of that. But my name is Philip. I'm Long Lost Lore. And I am ensconced by four of just the most wonderfulest players he ever did meet.
I only see three.
I have two major gripes, players.
I have two major gripes,
No
players.
Everything is wonderful.
Great. I'm playing the Lore Fighter theme song right now for those who are listening along, because we are I like how we have a real good mix of people in this game who pay attention to what's going on in the downtime and people who don't. I really like that. So some people really know what the game's gonna be each week, and some are like, "Oh, all right." This is chapter 13 of the Dreamlands. And when I realized that, I actually, though I had already rolled up some other options, I was like, oh my god, it's 13. And so I was like, I have to include a vaguely, spooky horror thing for this. And what I rolled up was a return to, I think, a place that viewers and players alike all enjoyed, a return to the Versus Verse. Now, were DJ3, I know that Asha was there. I believe Filian was there.
I was there.
I know that, sadly, we don't have Treason tonight, but I know Treason was there. Dominic, you were present for that because of your deep aversion to the pixelated nature of that animated area. So
because that was the first time he had the book.
Yeah.
That's when he ripped it out immediately, we were mid-sentence.
And I don't remember, DJ3, were you in the Versus Verse? Did you? Okay, so this will be your first trip to the pixelated Versus Verse, so that'll be fun. So we'll get to that in a few moments. But before we begin, I guess I should do a bit of, I should probably do a little bit of reminders of things that had happened in our previous couple of sessions. Because DJ3, you've been out 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
No, just last week.
Oh, just last week. You were okay. So you were present for the. Oh yeah, that's right. You heroically metagamed and sent Sherlock Holmes after Asha to rescue her.
Yes.
Yes.
I was here I missed the ones before that.
You also missed ones before that, but so we already got you caught up to that. So basically, yes, you guys went. You chatted with Dracula. And that's what it was. Then you didn't get to be here next week to tell Henry about what you learned from Dracula and try to persuade him that you should buy the company. Even though Dracula was kind of saying like don't. Dracula literally was saying, if you come in as part of this company, do not get rid of the Dracula meta in the game. And by the way, to Pierce and Kevin, boy, can I talk about Marvel Snap for a long time. This week, this month. Oh, Conquest. This is the most unpleasant. I've never done worse in Conquest It's the most unpleasant conquest it's ever been in Marvel Snap. I mean Superstar Duels.
Of course.
Of course.
It's been different.
And as Pierce was saying, I have never been up against so many people who are spamming emotes in like.
Yeah, it's been.
Well, because they have so many now.
I have so many, and you want to throw them out,
But it's not. I'm not getting any of the new ones. I'm just getting the same old ones, or just them.
Yeah, I just get thumbs up or snaps. If somebody were spamming me with a new one, I'd be like, "Oh, high roller, cool." No,
Man.
I don't understand the snap one.
It's mocking. It's the same thing when they go, when they go snap ? It's always like, oh, you thought you had it. It's
Man, I miss when games had in-game chat and you can physically call your opponent slurs. Yeah, that was the best.
I feel I'm okay with the Thanos snap ? Thing if they snap and then they keep doing it as in like, come on, snap, let's go. Like, I think that's fine.
oh yeah, that's fine.
But if they do it when they win, it's really irritating.
Yeah.
I find it just funny that human nature doesn't really change.
Well, you'll always find it. Like, I think they had to, rather than remove emotes or try to do anything to curtail behavior or dances, I guess that is in Fortnite. There are ones that are being used as like racist dog whistle like things. So they just are now putting it in so that like you can have a filter where they've flagged ones, and when people do those emotes, you don't see them doing. Oh, nice.
This is the candle I'm burning, by the way. I realized I just smelled it on camera.
Oh, I thought you were showing us one of your
Yeah.
your emotes there, Phil.
This is my top
Yeah.
emote, the Goddess of Rebirth from Candle.
Goddess of Rebirth.
This is a very nice smelling candle, though. You probably have this one if you got the clerics, right, Pierce? This is,
I have all the deities. Yeah.
very-
Is this stream equipped with smell-o-vision?
Oh, you should get this.
Oh,
Somebody should finally invent that.
I need you
Mine's
triggered a
just-
memory, and I have to talk about it. I remember being a kid and going to, I think it was Universal Studios, and they had like Shrek 4D.
They did have smell of
Yep.
vision in that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's not even the memory you triggered. I remember Donkey sneezing,
Yep.
and they sprayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't been inside like an immersive theater experience like that ever since. Like it was too
yeah,
much.
I mean,
it ruined
now-
it for me.
Now, KJ, you can just go to that at any 4D theater,
No, thank you.
and experience that with scents and water, and a
Absolutely
moving
fucking
seat.
not. No.
You don't want Godzilla to or King Kong to roar at you and get
Yeah.
saliva blasted in your
Absolutely
face.
fucking not.
yeah, let's do it.
The day that like actual
That's it.
movies get replaced with just this 4D nonsense is the day I legitimately stop leaving my home.
But then you don't realize the TV you bought was a 4D TV.
I can't wait for you to finally get like a screen that doesn't betray you, but it'll just spray
But it
water at you, but it'll work.
Stuff at you.
It'll work. It'll never turn off, but it'll just hit you with water.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, in any event, Conquest, crazy Marvel Snap, and yet do I play the game constantly? I do because I love it, and so I
You
love.
show them.
Yeah, I'll show them by continuing to give them money. But it's very much like Superstar Duels, which is what we were actually talking about. So, so basically, you haven't yet sort of talked to Henry about trying to do that monetary thing that you could. Last week, I think we said
But
DJ.
there was also saving Medina as the other alternative option.
We're doing what?
I believe I actually did indicate that that was the reason DJ3 was too busy talking to Callie about saving Medina. Is kind of why he didn't go on the mission last week, is what we said. And Treason was still plotting the murder of one Sherlock Holmes. So last week, Friederike awoken a little more. She had some memories. She was sort of sharing stuff. She is very worried about those books being destroyed, and I think Asha just immediately started eating them to destroy the
I wasn't
research.
worried about them being destroyed. She was worried about them being not destroyed.
Right, she was worried about the books being out there, and so Asha started eating them to destroy them. I will say that Dominic started to wonder when she was talking about that Igor. Dominic was kind of like, could Igor have been the real Dreadlord all along? But that was not a, I think maybe Sherlock Holmes just smugly puffed on a pipe at that point, but we didn't follow up on that. But that is kind of like an active. That's probably on your obligatory detective board that you have somewhere, Dominic. Maybe you've written that and put some red thread somewhere.
Like the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia scene. Dominic's room is just walls.
Pepe Sylvia.
I like
Oh,
the
Pepe
idea
Sylvia.
of that being Dominic, or I could also see Dominic being like Ben Chang from Community, where his board is just one. It's just like literally one string between two things.
But I also love that it'd be peppered in with all these like questions of Dominic not understanding stuff, like what is Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Circled multiple times.
Wi-Fi. If
Wi-Fi. I don't understand the fi.
Wi-Fi on Wi-Fi. So as they sort of looked that over, they were then sent on a mission to a plane called to a cluster called the Burlawake Cluster, to a plane called Burladon, where they visited the Provinia shop, which used to sell miniatures and involved some kind of complicated, like, mind consciousness sort of VR game or something. Even though it was in a kind of, oh wow, really loud. Kind of in an old-fashioned type world. There was a girl outside watching it. We'll get to her later. She used to work in the shop. It's not a big deal. When they went in, they met a gentleman who was sort of tending the shop. They indicated that they wanted to maybe get, like... the clue on this was they've started selling antique dolls. They were like, it's Maisie. So Corinna was like, we want some red-haired dolls. And he was like, ooh, all other customers get out. He led them downstairs. Asha was hitting on him in a way that made everyone, well, not everyone, that made him deeply uncomfortable. As Dominic suggested to Asha, maybe shopkeepers are like bartenders, and they're all gonna want to get with you. The shopkeeper brought them all down, plugged them into a machine so they could commune with Maisie. Only Asha stayed out of it. At which point he threw a switch and put Asha in a force field and trapped all of them and said, you foolish Maisie people came here. I'm here to capture you because I'm opposed to Maisie. Asha convinced him they also didn't like Maisie. So it was kind of like a Maisie trap being set by other people who opposed Maisie. And everyone had a good laugh and also were concerned about all the people he's been kidnapping who were Maisie people who he's keeping in a magical...
Not really. We weren't really concerned about the people.
Yeah,
we
they
were
more
concerned
thought
about how
they should
badly
be
he was
Him
doing
getting
it.
caught, yeah.
They
He was
more
doing
said,
such a bad job.
They more said you should kill these people rather than just keep them
dispose
on
of the
premises
bodies.
in magical comas. So basically it was kind of a dead end, but clearing a thing off the list. Asha said, "We on same side, guy." Yep. In any event, when they went upstairs, the girl who was keeping watch, who used to be there before, Filian, said, "Oh, well, if you used to work in a place like this, you should go work in Brick World, where I'm from. Just look up Sex Doctor and Space Mage Holden Thane, as well as Jim Normal Guy. Those guys will take care of you." She said she would. She was 22 years old, but she has a 1,000-year-old plus dragon boyfriend. So there's kind of awkwardness there. So she left. You guys then went back to the park, spoke to Henry, explained what was going on. He said he would send other people to look into that. He and Nova then had. Nova didn't like his military metaphor, so he used a ghost-based one, which she found much more tolerable. And then they talked about Michaela, the girl. He knew who that was. Then Corinna made some snide comment about Henry's own supposed ex-wife or whatever, which he didn't quite pick up on but thought was weird. The point is, it was a successful enough mission. Once again, Asha was left alone by the team. I'll point that out. Asha on 2 occasions now has either been sent off to spot Asha Super Spy by herself, or Asha Super Spy had to talk everyone else out of not being, trapped in a coma. So that is where we left off. So DJ3, you would have gotten that full report when they returned. Obviously, you
Who writes these
downloaded.
reports anyway? So surely isn't Dominic.
I think it's a more sort of hearing about it over drinks at Haldir's, while Asha and Haldir both dance on the counters.
So is there paperwork involved in this job at all?
Don't worry, we taught him how to properly dispose of bodies in the future. And so it was a good day.
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna... Sophia, what did you say woe to? Sophia first said, "I'd be so scared of this channel having smell-o-vision," which, yikes. But what was said that caused you to say woe?
It just smelled like lobsters and butter.
Oh my god, that lobster girl. Oh, the music getting loud. Apologies. That was woe-inducing. The lobster. Here's the thing about the lobster episode. It would make you kind of sick, but it would smell so good. Also, the voluptua episodes. Oh boy, they would smell like. We talked about.
Vaseline.
Well, yeah, we did talk about once there was a rainstorm from voluptua coming down. It was an episode where, when you have a certain degree of comfort with your players, and granted, one of the players was really new at the time. On one of the Blood from a Stone games, we did a thing where the Dreadstorm made everyone horny, so everyone was just hooking up.
One of the games.
Well, let me rephrase. One of the games made everyone explicitly horny and just need to get down. So, but what I said was the rain calming down, they were all making jokes of what substance the rain was, obviously. And I said, no. The rain is coconut-flavored lube.
Ah!
Yeah.
Excuse me?
No, that sounds appropriate for voluptua.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
What? No, why coconut? It could
Because-
literally be anything.
I know.
Oh,
but
that's right. Because of your.
Yeah, sorry, KJ. Because it's KJ. I have the answer for you because it's the horror game.
It's a horror game.
Oh, that's the worst thing you've ever said about these stupid Dread games.
These stupid Dread games. This is in like top 5 things that's awful. Oh, you're talking about the lube rain? Yeah, I get
The
it.
coconut? Yeah.
Coconut lube rain, ba-da-da-da-da, falling down around us.
But yeah,
I like
it's just
how-
it's the lube version of that tanning of what like tanning oil smells like, right? It's
That's-
like, of course.
That's exactly
course
what
it's
I was
voluptua.
going for.
This
So-
is the trope of someone being very offended by something someone said, but it's some very minor part of what they said, not the actual overarching idea of it.
I did watch. I recently was rewatching an old episode of Taskmaster, as I do, just on the background.
Yeah.
And there was a moment in which Sarah Kendall smells a deep fried wallet and goes, "That's the worst thing I've ever smelled," and then keeps smelling it. And I was like, "That is being a human.
Yeah.
That is humanity in a nutshell." So the point is, with that in mind, with a sort of successful mission, a potential ally, albeit a potentially inept ally, on one of the planes, kind of keep. But I guess what you did learn from that, in a broader sense, is that you were not the only people who were aware of and opposed to the rise of Maisie as a master mage across the planes. Another day passes. I need you all to do 2 things for me. 1, please reset your power to full. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually, in this game, I haven't really made a big deal of this to the players. You guys don't all have the same amount of power. Some of you do have a slightly different amount of power based on sort of some things. Many of you have 13 power. So
Yeah.
it's fortuitous.
Do we get something special for this 13?
I'll tell you what, you all do get something special. Everyone who has 13 power gets something special today for the 13.
Aw.
Kevin, how
Dominic.
much power do you have?
No comment.
He has 13. That's absolute bullshit.
He has
13 power, 13 luck, 13 in all stats.
DJ3 has
All
13.
13, baby.
I don't want to give you a different inferiority complex. It's that Dominic and Corinna both have 15.
No, that's fine.
That reflected that literally reflected just like a little more heartiness and battle. They're full-sized battle people is kind of where that sort of came from. So anyway, the point being,
But I'm made of plastic. I'll outlive you all.
well, speaking of which, but at this point, so that's the first thing. The second is a very controversial thing I have to ask in the beginning of every game. But could we all please roll 4d8 to determine our luck for the day?
2 4s.
2 4s. Congratulations, you have 4 luck.
3 4s.
3 4s. 3 4s?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have 5 luck.
Hey.
Fillion?
Goose egg.
Goose egg. You have 3 luck.
Sorry, I had the dice issue.
You didn't have
Yeah.
enough to roll because you have so many.
No, I forgot to get them out.
Understood. It happens.
2 3s.
2 3s. You also have 5.
Damn it, I rolled 3 4s and that matches me.
It's why KJ has
This
issued
is-
a formal complaint against the
We're just
channel
living it.
against me.
It's just DJ's 3 world.
I
Dominic,
will
just
tell
living
you,
it.
babies. I swear, these
I don't
Nepo
want to get
babies.
into this because it's ongoing litigation. I will say that when I was served with the papers that KJ sent out, when I was legally served by like those papers,
Well-
I have never seen a legal document with more swearing in it. I was pretty impressed with that.
It's actually all just swears.
It was, yeah.
There's no non.
I am now just imagining you were handed a manuscript that has the just fuck curse level of all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
It was-
just thousands of pages of just the same phrase.
It was like in Ray the fucking matter of, yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
So, with our luck determined, and the three of you who have 13s, I don't know if this will be handy for all of you to do, but do you have your D13s around?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please,
Wait,
all
I'm
of
the
you.
I'm the one left out of this.
You are left out of this because you have. But on chapter 15, we'll do something special for you.
I we won't.
Well, you'll just
if
have
you
to have a
remind
D15.
me, I 100% will.
You'll have to get a D15 for that, though.
Good luck.
Well, I guess I better go buy a D15 real quick. D15 time. Yeah, they make them.
I'll just use Google. 1D15, please.
Has to be a physical.
No, it's gotta be physical. All right, roll your D13s.
It's
my
the
friends.
future, baby. We don't need our physical selves.
This one's harder to roll.
What do you got, DJ3?
12.
12? Asha, what
What'd
do you
you
got?
get?
12.
Double
I also-
12s?
I also rolled 12.
What?
Are you guys kidding me? You all rolled 12?
Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
ride.
All right. Well, so here's how luck. So in all of our other games that use the D13, like that, in a lot of games, luck is determined by D13. You just roll a D13. You don't have like a stat in it. 12 is the best you can do because a 13 triggers bad stuff. So because the three of you have all rolled maximum luck, tell you what. Today, you may each add 1 to your luck pool.
All right.
And you may each add. We'll just go with parity, because you're also getting a luck bump. You may all add 2 to your current power. Your maxes don't increase.
Use that for some nonsense, that's for sure.
You do, but you gain 2 extra power and 1 extra luck today because you all rolled fucking 12. In many instances in Blood from a Stone, 12 is like I will tell them like this is like 12 is the only way you'll stay alive. The only way you will be lucky and stay alive right now is you roll a 12. But then they roll a 13 and I get to make this go forward.
Oh, it's so close.
I love it so much. It's so sweet. And guess what? It's this and guess what session number we have. Oh, what a great week this is. Today is chapter 13 of this game, and Friday is chapter 143 of Blood from a Stone. That's the 11 times 13, as we all know, because of our 13 times tables.
Wait till 169.
So does that
Gosh,
does this count as a 13 to move the clock forward for them on Friday?
it does not.
If we hadn't, Philip, if we hadn't missed that, if we had done that one shot, it would be 13s across the board this week. That's my fault. You can specifically blame
Oh,
me
because
for that.
it's 12 on the top flight is 12 this week.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing a top flight tomorrow night. Doing an emergency top flight session tomorrow night.
Just do it right after this one.
Yeah. I'll just
And
pop
stay
back
tuned
on
after
real
this. Stay tuned
Double
after this
feature.
for
You have half top flight
quick.
here.
We really could do a quick top flight game.
And
After
people and they sit in the lobby and read. Okay, moving on.
And there we go. It's what? Oh, it's like, yeah. That actually reminds me. I do at some point. I need to do the math on it because at some point I want to number Top Flight Tales. I want to add up,
Legacy.
I want to add up all the Top Flight things we've done so far, and then have Top Flight Tales be like Top Flight Tales Chapter 14, Legacy 61, because they do that in Marvel DC now. All right, well enough about what they do in Marvel DC. We have wasted enough time. It's now after 8. Jesus Christ. So with all that in mind, we have done our recap. We have determined our luck. We've determined our special extra power. Dominic, it's interesting because though you don't get extra power, you have like you're just not better than everyone else tonight. That's kind of all it means.
No, I did roll naturally higher luck, so I guess we're all parity now. So
It is well. DJ3 actually has one extra because of his. You're slowly gaining another ally, KJ, in your war against DJ3.
And I don't even have to do anything. That's how upsetting his whole thing is.
I saved you last week.
2 weeks ago, but yeah.
2 weeks ago.
So, my friends, in the park, another day has passed. Friederike seems to be in even better spirits. Wednesday is always nearby, and Friederike seems to be kind of like weirded out by all of these kind of characters. She also, upon realizing that they're all characters, she is both fascinated and confused. She also, for the record, is so pretty. Like, we've talked about this canonically, but she's very pretty, and so certain members of the group there, like the fleecing schemester, for example, have probably made some, like, weird passes at her. But she is very she kind of turns them down very in a very reasonable way. That being said, sort of with Henry sort of watching her, Henry is here. DJ3, if you want to talk to Henry about anything, he's kind of coming here for your next mission, but you can grab a conversational moment with him if you'd like. We'll say Dominic, Asha, and Filian are around as well. But...
Did Nova was here last week?
Nova was here last week. Well, Nova and Callie, actually, KJ.
Did you?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, did she get updated on the Medina thing?
She did get updated and felt, I think she kind of was like, oh, we should really save her. What do you think Callie's reaction to the Medina thing is, KJ?
Oh, she's probably concerned. If Callie thinks Medina can be rescued, she probably would want to do that, but she's still more focused on Frankie because she got a lot closer with Frankie in all that time.
Makes sense. I mean, it was a while since Medina was even with you guys.
It's a whole semester, man.
And she was always so loud. So, yeah. All right. So, but the point is, yes. So Nova and Callie are aware of it. So, but Henry has sort of arrived. He's sort of, going around. He's checking in with kind of Treason, who's still just glaring at Sherlock. Henry does go over to Sherlock. There's no coffee shop involved in this, by the way, Sophia. But he kind of goes over to Sherlock and sort of, just kind of like, you guys can tell by body language that he's just kind of, doing the like, oh, you're still here. Any plans to leave or no? Oh, yeah. Well, you're welcome, of course. And oh, don't worry. You don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. You can keep using my incredible mind. Wonderful, thank you, Sherlock. And he'll kind of head over to you guys. Yes. How are we all doing today? I know your last mission was a bit of a surprise, and I'm glad you handled it so well. But I know that kind of has sort of confused us a bit as to what our current processing mission is.
Just trying to keep my mind sharp for the battle ahead of mimes and dolls.
Yes. To that point, Filian, if it is at all possible, some of your sort of we don't have to court that battle actively. When in doubt, we don't have to like challenge mimes and dolls to appear.
Why?
Well, I'm not even telling you not to. I'm simply saying it is not a requirement. You can, we can sort of assess and gain information and wait, and perhaps have a better chance of not being overrun with mimes and dolls.
But isn't
But
this
if you
forced
win.
Yeah, exactly. If you win, the whole thing's over, right? Why let them gather forces and strength?
Right. Well,
Why not goad them into a battle they can't possibly win? Because they can't defeat me.
Filian, you're looking. Filian, make an endurance roll.
Oh god. 3. I have 3 in endurance. All right.
Actually, Filian, make your roll and tell me the numbers you have rolled, unless you're going to adjust after the fact.
Okay. I have rolled an 8, a 3, and a 1.
An 8, a 3, and a 1. Okay. Filian, you're old, but you're fine for now.
But fine, I'll try to no guarantees. That's all I'll say.
Wonderful.
And
Asha isn't here. She's had Scoo carry around the giant teddy bear wearing her hood. So Asha's just running around hiding everywhere butt naked.
I like how it's like Skew is here acting like Asha. Oh yeah, Asha got a giant teddy bear last week, for the record. In case that one didn't come clear. Yeah.
when you say like, is it an Ewok or is it a teddy bear?
It's a teddy bear, but it's like it's Asha's life size.
Okay.
Okay. Henry will take a glance at that and just
Asha,
he'll kind of like nod at the Asha thing to carry on. Yeah, go ahead, Fillion.
Asha, are you doing something different? Your fur looks shinier than normal.
Asha?
From with a muffled voice from within the teddy bear goes,
Yep, no. I'll say yep, no.
That's a
Totally. Yeah.
Oh.
We met with Dracula.
"Oh yes, I recall." He said your friend Medina. I have looked into this. So I should mention to you all, I do not have a direct point of access to the sort of Maisie's Dreadlands. I have some tangential abilities to maybe peer in there at times, but she is quite aware of any sort of external contact, and it is almost entirely limited. She seems to be sort of conducting everything simply through Master Majory. I do believe the Nightmare Rider is, however, able to potentially go in and out, so that may be sort of part of its connection. Yes, Filion.
When, you have a lot of people that come from there here, though, right? Would they know about any back doors or anything like that?
I actually have been asking them, and for those who are in the know, they suspect the fleecing schemester has actually been quite helpful in this instance. He often is rather helpful despite his demeanor. He has indicated that what makes that place so dangerous is that there really are not back doors in or out. There are very few things. Maisie can draw additional things into it using a mist, but really the only point of egress... there is no point of egress. I suspect the Nightmare Rider may supersede that.
So we should partner with Dracula.
fight her there.
Well,
That'd be a
Dracula
dumb
claims
idea.
he can protect her there, and if that is something that is... I understand that she's your friend, and so I do think we should try to. And I can investigate means of going into that there. He'll turn to the fake Asha and say, Asha, I understand that you may not go on a mission into that place, as it, may sort of trap people there, but if the rest of you are willing, if you understand the risks, we can attempt a mission.
Are we outside or in a building?
You're outside. You can be behind a bush.
Asha's gonna jump out of a bush.
Mhm.
No, Asha, go.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Oh dear, yes, no, I was simply, I'll also say
chuckles
in a
to
meta
himself.
way, in a literal meta way, that's Henry being like, KJ, you don't have to play in a Blood from a Stone game, because that's literally what it would be. But yeah. But for now, Asha can jump out naked and explain. Yeah.
Ah!
Well,
What were you doing over there?
When is this a simulacra?
Asha testing out new super spy tools.
it is a quite
It's
effective
impressive.
one. The point being, I am not at this time ready to send you to that place. If you wish to speak to Count Dracula and make that accord with him, that if he saves Medina, you will sort of provide him some assistance in the future, I will not... He's a better bet than any other I have at hand. If that is something that sort of DJ3, Nova, and Kali, if that is something you wish to do, I will not stand in your way, despite Count Dracula being somewhat in opposition to us. As for the purchasing of sort of premium swordfish gaming in CC7722, I have looked into it. I can manipulate some markets and get us a few billion, if that is something.
I don't want to do that anymore.
You don't care about that anymore. Perfect.
What?
Wait, it's been several weeks now. Are you still trying to get onto that game?
Oh,
What about Wi-Fi?
it's only been a few days. Oh, Asha,
Been a few
you
days.
asked me to look into the Wi-Fi, didn't you?
Yes.
Understood. Yes, let me see. Let me see what I can. Let's see what he has done about that. Okay. KJ, I'm not trying to drain you early here. If you'd like to, I would allow you. Okay, everyone calm down. We all heard what I said, and we realized after I'd said it what it sounded like I was saying. The worst part is it implies that the early is kind of the worst part of it, you know? Because that implies, like, it's gonna...
Unexpected.
If you would like to expend your own power on this roll for him, I would allow you to do that. You do not have to by any means. He is a freaking, you know, genius guy.
I'm gonna say no, just because since I've been alone these past 2 weeks, I might need to.
You're withholding.
I might need to.
Okay, so Asha will remain undrained.
And actually, maybe we will still need some of those funds if that's what Dracula wants us to do.
Understandable. Yes, I have not acquired them yet. I simply understand how to manipulate dreams so that so-and-so people will put monies into such things, into holding companies that we could easily control. But as for the sort of Wi-Fi component, Asha. All right, so I understood this sort of... You indicated this was of importance, and I have to say that universe tends to come up a lot, as we've said. I have actually acquired... It's somewhat complicated to explain. I have had someone on that plane sort of basically set up a
We have Wi-Fi or no?
You are able to access their internet, yes.
Asha will hold up the iPad.
Well, so here's the problem, Asha. And you can do this, I think there's wires. Game actually did 3 maybe to help. He kind of brings you over, what's a funny place for him to put this in?
Where do you put the router?
You know what?
Bad Dragon.
It will be Bad Dragon. We'll say it's in Course Court. And there is a desktop computer. He's like, so there is no Wi-Fi. So unfortunately, Asha, you will have to play plugged in here.
Asha have to stay in one place?
Very sorry, Asha. That's the best. I didn't roll high enough because no one would give me power to help out. So this is the best I can do.
He's gonna hang out here all
fine.
day playing.
Thank you for getting Hardline Fi.
Hardline.
God, I hope she turns it on and it's just the modem noises.
It's the dial-up sound.
Ding, ding, welcome.
I hope no one here is young enough to not have ever experienced the dial-up modem sound.
Oh yeah. You've got mail.
I love the welcome boy. I love the AOL guy voice. So, Asha, the point is, you now can play the game. You have a connection, and the speed will be fine. It's more that he just hasn't, set up. Because it seems like what he's actually doing is there's some kind of mirroring. He'll explain this to you, and I think Asha gets it. He says, Asha, you
Is it a gateway?
It is a gateway computer. It's got the cow packaging. It is, but you should be aware, Asha, you are sort of, I've set up a few of these around the world in different points. You're sort of controlling some people. People are sleepwalking and playing this game sort of at your sort of best. So just be aware of that.
Asha don't understand.
Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So, you need us to punch something, or shall we just go back to the bar?
As a matter of fact, I do need you to punch something, and DJ3, you will have an opportunity to speak to Count Dracula. I don't actually know the format of how this is going to go, so it may be you guys doing the punching yourselves, it may be you just encouraging others to punch. But remember the versus verse? Where you went and met our friend Jinx. Well, you can meet her again.
Oh, the witch!
The Jinx the Witch, that's right. There is another world in sort of that universe that is connected to Lawfighter. I believe they refer to it as a spin-off. It is called Dread Fighter, and it's technically Tournament Edition, but I don't really know it might be Turbo.
I don't remember
know
this
all this
place.
terms about this. Yes,
I don't remember this place at all.
I know, Dominic. I know you are very opposed to this sort of pixelated world, but the sort of fighters who have been assembled there, they are all sort of they actually, rather than saying choose your fighter for this Dread Fighter game, they say choose your fright, because they're all sort of a little bit more spooky horror themed. And as this is your 13th mission, if we count reviving Friederike as a mission, which I do, you can go and sort of meet these competitors, and some of them, from what I can tell, some of them have actually had contact with or information about the Nightmare Rider, so there is information to glean. However, Count Dracula is now the boss of this game. So,
Okay.
in the arcade mode, I don't quite understand. It's sort of gamified. As
so-
lots does.
Is this Dracula, or is it like a simulacrum, like we meet Sherlock all the time?
More like that. Dracula is a master mage who exists in all sorts of different places at once. So he has also he has arrived in this realm just to expand his influence.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. Asha, I think you were very
one.
adept at the fighting in this place, right? You sort of considered it more gaming than fighting. Again, I'm not sure, given that none of you are sort of horrific creatures, that you can actually be participants in this. So this may be less about you doing the fighting.
Can you make us one?
Yes, can you give me a monster flesh suit?
I take offense to that.
Turn me into something.
I suppose I actually could make you all sort of scary. Monster flesh suit. I'm not sure what I have on mind here. Let's find the flesh machine here. And he sort of brings it over and says, "All right. Let's see. Tell you what, Filian. In honor of you and your sort of dreams of what you might become, Henry begins kind of like waving a couple of hands over the thing. He goes, "Oh, actually, hold on." And he sort of turns away and summons an interdimensional space and kind of rifles through and goes, "Oh, okay. Actually, this might be enough for sort of what we're doing. All right." And he sort of comes over and he has glamored your flesh suit to look like an undead wizard.
Oh,
A lich.
Henry, it's beautiful. Thank you
And
so much.
Now, Filian, I don't know how your magic will work here, so what I'm going to do, and he puts like a ring on it, on the finger of it, and says, so basically these bodies are fairly capable of fighting, no problem, whatever, but I'm putting a ring on this that will actually give you a little bit of sort of, you'll be able to do it very easily just as who you are. You can cast some necromantic spells, so your punches can have some, whiffs of death to it.
I'm just gonna ask you, wizard to wizard, real quick.
Yes.
You're putting a ring on it. You're not binding me to you, are you?
No, Filian, you're free to return home, and would you like to return home if you...
No, I'm happy to stay here. I just don't want to be bound to your service against my will.
You are not bound to my service. No, this is just this is just to give you a little actual texture. Yes, Asha.
Can you remind me the time era Asha is from?
Of Star Wars.
Yes.
It is indistinct. The Asha
ago?
the Asha who was in our off-stream game is from like the KOTOR era. Technically, she's between KOTOR and SWOTOR.
Okay.
Right, Kevin? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like way
So
back.
thousands of years ago. But
Okay.
Asha's references tend to be... So I believe that there has been an Asha in all times of Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Asha is the master mage of Star
Yes,
Wars.
or
No.
Asha is like Asha is the eternal warrior. Asha just continue, like every time Asha dies, a new
Maybe-
Asha is born.
Oh,
it's
she's
a-
like
yeah, it's a
Clara from
title.
Doctor Who.
Or
Maybe
Asha, like
Asha
the
is a
Dread
title, not your
Pirate
name.
Roberts, where it's a
Yeah.
title that's passed on.
Yeah, it's the hood. The hood makes you Asha. And it
she doesn't
smells
have it
terrible
right now.
Yeah, oh, she doesn't.
Like
Now,
a teddy bear.
Scoo is Asha.
Scoo is
You're
Asha.
just a naked Ewok.
That's how the stealth works so well.
Yeah.
All right.
The lore is built.
So can you turn me into a monster?
Oh, well, I
Like one of those
suppose-
guys? I'll point to the Dreadlords.
Yeah, which one do you want?
How many do we have?
You guys have 7 of them.
There's no D7.
Yeah, roll a d8. If you roll an
You
8,
roll
I
an
know
eight.
what he'll do.
4.
4?
I'll just point to whatever that one is.
All right. Sorry, I have to pull up the right sheet for this.
Let's go, La Trovadora.
No, he's looking at the actual Dreadlords, not the
Not the.
Oh, I suppose it could have just been any of the blood from a stone. Oh,
Would
well.
you rather just be any blood from a stone or a dreadlord? Which would you rather be?
Gambler.
Gambler is not really a monster.
Damn it! All right, just do the dreadlords. Hit with the 4.
Longevous Mons.
That is what you rolled. So he
They
turns
call
you
him
into. He says, "All right, DJ3. Unlike what? Well, actually, this is appropriate. You're sort of a hockey guy, so you're going to sort of look like a. This is just a glamour. Filion. The ring just giving a little extra. You'll have to sort of make this up yourself. He sort of glamours you and puts a thing on you, and you look like you are made of like ice and rock. So you kind of look like a stone person, but made of rock, but you still have like a face, and because he can't actually fully change your shape, he just kind of puts a new skin on you.
Like Rock Biter in Neverending Story.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Or
So
even
you just
like
bought a
Meek,
premium skin with premium
not Meek,
currency, DJ3. This is your new DJ3 skin that came from the cash shop.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know, Dominic. Do you also wish for a
The fact that you have to ask that to make me more intimidating is insulting, frankly.
Well, it is
so-
not intimidating. It is monstrous. You're all supposed to be horrific creatures from horror stories.
I'm a tortured monster that come from a noir world. You think that's not enough?
It is not. I'm explicitly telling you
come
it is
on,
not
man.
enough.
Ah,
Tell you
Turn
what.
into one of those pixel creatures.
You be a were-orc.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do though, Dominic, because you don't.
I'm already a were-orc. I'm a half-orc.
Dominic, you don't need much. I tell you what, let's take some. He kind of glances over and says, "I'll take some inspiration. Here's what we're going to do." And he just sort of gestures. And Dominic, you kind of like, you don't feel much, but then you sort of feel these kind of like spectral like little things on your neck, and you feel like the lines tracing. And he has turned to Dominic. He's basically made Dominic look like a Stitched who has two bolts coming out of his neck.
Oh, okay.
And Asha, I can make you a bit more monstrous if you'd like as well.
Well, what if we see Jinx again? We need that.
Oh
that-
well. Oh. You won't appear. So you'll look. You'll still look like you. You'll just okay. DJ3 looks different, but Dominic looks like he's wearing a Halloween costume. Or whatever
Okay,
the equivalent
okay.
in the world is. So I can sort of maybe give you let's see, what's a sort of monstrous kind of thing I could make you. Wait, is there any sort of are there any monsters to Ewoks? Any sort of things that go bump in the night? Any kind of frightening creatures?
Trying to think of what would terrify. an
What was-
Ewok.
Asha,
what
I'll
was
tell you-
I?
Yagam?
A regular
What
human
am I?
being.
Asha,
What is Yesm? That's it.
Asha, give me a research investigate with forest lore. So you get 5 dice.
What's my voice name? It's been so long.
Or a stormtrooper, depending on what
wow,
era.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Stormtrooper.
They easily defeated that.
2 twos.
2 twos. 2s is horror. 1 2 would have gotten you this, but you know that the scariest thing to Ewoks are Yuzums. They're these giant things that eat Ewoks.
Okay, then. Yep.
Very well. I shall.
Oh, those they eat Ewoks.
Yeah.
Oh,
The Ewok started it.
the audacity! Ewoks don't start fights. They just.
What was your character's name, Pierce?
Bug wowza.
Bug
Oh,
wise.
yeah.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. So how the fuck did that happen? Oh my god.
Man, I
Point
miss those guys.
Yeah.
He will sort of wave his hand, Asha, and basically he just gives you some kind of fang. You just look like an Ewok with big fangs and kind of scarier sort of claws. Yeah. Well, yes. Now you all look ready for a Halloween party. He doesn't
Let's
smoke.
do
What
it.
am I doing? All right. Well, Dominic, here's the book.
What?
He doesn't want it. That's why he gets it. So.
What the logic in that? Whatever.
Go ahead and good luck. I hope that we get some good intel about the Nightmare Rider, and also, DJ3, if
Win.
you cross paths with Dracula, I hope it sort of goes well for you. Yes, Asha, you had a question as to
No, I was saying Asha's gonna, when we start walking, Asha's gonna walk. They go, run back, grab her cowl, and then
Understood.
keep walking.
Not go fight naked.
No.
What is this? A Greek wrestling match? Ancient Greek. You guys know what I'm saying. DJ3 had a question.
No, just ready to duke it out.
Understood. So you guys head out through dream walking. We'll sort of hand wave to the point that you once again enter some kind of like pixelated dream, emerge next to somebody putting off Z's. But the place you find yourself in is now an explicitly like horror themed, graveyard looking scary zone. And it is definitely some Dread Fighter vibes going on here.
I wasn't here last time. Does the music play while you're here for us, or is that just the ambiance for like the Pixel Fighter music?
You guys hear music playing.
Right.
You guys hear some like very kind of like organs kind of trying to sound very spooky. And you guys notice that it is interesting because even all the like background sprites are also kind of either scary monsters or like terrified people running from them. But I'll tell you what, to kick things off, DJ3, would you roll me a d10?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
A 3.
Great. Love it. Thank you. Okay. You guys notice that there is a fight going on and you see a familiar face. It is Jinx. But she is fighting a sort of like undersea monster kind of reminiscent of the Gill Man from sort of, like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Although this thing has more like flippers and kind of like a sort of longer neck, despite being like feminine in her drawing. And to whatever degree you guys actually kind of can see, if you recall, you can actually like see health bars over people and people's names. You see that Jinx is fighting a character named Nessie, who appears to maybe to you, DJ3, based on lore is basically maybe supposed to be like a sexy girl version of the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh.
So basically, it's Jinx and Nessie are having a fight, and once again, you see Jinx doing her kind of like. So Jinx is sort of a partially guest character. Jinx, being a spooky character, got brought into this game. So this is a game that has some original fighters, but also some spooky branded characters from other settings. Is the idea. So Jinx is fighting, and Jinx is doing the thing where she's just kind of like this, but then she'll suddenly have her broom that she hits the girl with or whatever. Yeah.
During this fight, Dominic's not even gonna wait for them to finish. He's gonna try walking from the background to interrupt Jinx.
Oh, I love this. Does anyone try to stop Dominic from doing that? Of you guys?
I don't think I would have noticed. I think would have been watching the fight.
That seems like a good idea to me.
I love it. All right, so basically, as you guys are just kind of in the background as sprites, like do, even though you're not sort of pixelated, Dominic just walks through this nonsense. Dominic, my friend, I will say for sort of comedic effect, as you walk in here, this will happen right at the time that, who would like to roll for your friend Jinx? And who would like to roll for the newcomer Nessie?
I'm gonna have to do some frame perfect dodges on both of them.
Kind of, yeah. So if KJ and Kevin, would you both please roll me 4d8? What do we got, Asha?
No match.
No match.
2 3s.
2 3s. So, unfortunately, Jinx is on the ropes as Nessie is doing some kind of crazy stuff, and Dominic, you sort of walk in, as you're reaching for Jinx, and she's like, oh, ow, 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 and Nessie's like, oh, kind of making dolphin noises. She sort of hits her, and then Nessie goes into an ultimate move right as you walk in. So Dominic, what I need you to do is give me
Resist harm.
I think it's just a
Or
resist
parries?
harm. I think it's just a resist
Alright.
harm.
But, are there dodges in these fighting games? There's blocks, there's parries. I guess parries would be blocking. And
There's
dodging.
you can't parry an ultimate in this game. But
This is some janky old bullshit. If
Also-
you can't parry an ultimate,
also you're not a character. You're not a fighter in the game.
Okay,
Okay.
fair,
Well, what would
fair.
parry be? I guess.
I guess. Who knows? Maybe dodge. I don't know. I'll just do resist harm. They're the
Acrobatics?
same anyway. They're the same anyway.
Let's do a resist harm. I think that you weren't even paying attention, so you don't have time to try to parry. This is more you're
Sure.
just like, oh, wall of water, and you're just getting hit with this kind of like kind of thing. And what you're getting hit with is a Loch Ness monster sized monster made out of pure water that Nessie has just summoned. This kind of like
see.
dinosaur kind of
I
like
have
chomping
the-
down. Yeah.
Clue ability, which is if I get hit with lose 5 or more power with a single attack. Okay, I'll just do that.
And very
It
well
fails.
could happen here.
But nah, I got 2 3s so far. 2 3s, 2 8s.
Which
I'll
would you
choose
like to
2 8s.
use?
2 8s.
2 8s. Okay. So Dominic, I think with 2 8s as you walk into this, you have this moment kind of like where your head goes in. You're like, uh-oh, okay, I'm not supposed to be here right now. So you kind of like that gives you just this thing of like, okay, just roll off of this. So you're only going to take half damage here. So interestingly,
evasion?
what's that? No, you
I don't have evasion?
Sadly, you don't have
no.
evasion. Interestingly, right now you kind of want me to roll low or 10 so that you can at least take 5 and get a clue out of it. The worst
Exactly.
is for me to roll like 8 or 9 because then you're going to take
Yeah.
4 damage and have nothing to show it for it.
Exactly.
These are sort of hard to read, but I want you to see. I literally rolled 10.
Oh hey.
So, bad news, you take 5 damage.
I'm imagining when a fighter gets knocked out, the thing slows down and he flies away, but Jinx expecting her to be knocked out, but
Yeah.
I fly instead.
So since you fly, Jinx goes, huh? And everyone's like, what? And at that point, Nessie kind of blinks with these kind of like, like black shark eyes. And Jinx rushes forward. Asha, can you roll 5 dice? 5d8. Kevin, can you roll 3d8?
2 7s.
Okay. DJ 3?
2 3s again.
2 3s. 7 is comedy, 3 is fantasy. I'm gonna give the edge in this case to comedy because it's funny that Dominic basically did allow Jinx to by interfering. Jinx now rushes forward, and this is real like professional wrestling nonsense of like someone just like taking the thing. So Jinx basically now she does stuff and she beats Nessie in the fight. You, however, have gained a clue, sir. I'm gonna say that this clue, just you have that clue. So just please, you can ask me to explain kind of any at any point. Just expend your clue. Doesn't cost you any power. You've got it.
Right. The stars are still swirling in Dominic's eyes or above his head.
Yeah, but I guess Dominic, what you realize is interference in these fights may not sort of necessarily work. But
I'm sort of imagining the effects above his head. Is wait, that what tunes look like? Oh man.
So in any case, as this kind of goes down, it's like Jinx wins, and Jinx kind of floats on her broom for a second before she kind of comes over and says, "Oh, whoa, wait, you guys again? Oh, hey, thanks for the assist. I really don't need it. I mean, in that case, I totally did. Otherwise, I would have been DQ'd." Nessie, meanwhile, comes over and is like, and she's like, "Sorry, Nessie. Nothing's fair in this game. It is a scary one after all." And then, hey guys, this is
Sorta.
Nessie. She's another one of the Dread Fighters. Oh, I don't know all of you.
I'm Doug.
Hi, Doug. You're a rock guy?
For
Yes, that's
now.
why his name is Doug.
Oh, Dominic, you have a lot of scars since I last saw you.
Yeah, this will be a new one, I bet.
Oh, and Asha, you look scarier since I last saw you.
That's the plan.
Oh, you guys
Whoa.
are trying to fight in Dreadfighter?
Yeah, Asha and I are here to dominate.
Oh, fair enough.
And
Who's this
Dominic
guy?
and Felicia.
She looks at the Lich.
Oh, it's just me. I figured some stuff out since last time.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't-
thanks to that totally fair win I just got, and Nessie's like kind of her little dolphin noise thing, or whale song. She says, thanks to that totally fair win, looks like I'm advancing to the next round.
All right. Okay.
What are you guys
So
doing
how do
here?
We hear
Wait.
no.
You just want to
Why-
fight?
Yes,
Yeah.
Dominic's still too out of it to
there was
to
there was
oppose
other
that.
reason.
Oh, to talk to Dracula.
No. Maybe.
Fight Dracula.
Is there someone here
Wait, Dracula.
known as the Night Rider?
That it. We need
Ah.
info on that guy.
Yeah,
That's the one.
that was way off.
Do
Well,
you,
Dracula probably knows.
I can't, I'm not sure if, is that Filian? I'm confused. Sorry. Are you purposefully saying it wrong, or are you?
No, I just mixed it up.
Oh, sorry. Good. Nightmare Rider.
Nightmare Rider. Sure.
Because it would be on brand for Filian to say a different thing. So basically, upon hearing that, she goes, "Oh, well, actually, one of the new fighters who's new for Dreadfighter, I think, was just talking about the Nightmare Rider a little bit earlier."
What they say?
Well, they're kind of hard to understand. I can get you an introduction. I'm not sure if he's fighting yet or not.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, come with me. Let's see how the ranks continue. This is arcade mode, so things get weird here. And she sort of starts like leading you guys sort of through this, and you sort of head over to an area where like Nessie has already returned, and you see there's like a space for Jinx to be. It's like this is where like you select all the fighters. When you talked about when you were referencing Dracula, by the way, she seemed to like know who that was, and she probably referred to like, oh, the new boss. Yeah, ooh, wild stuff. This game is going to be so fun. I hope I can be the one who makes it all the way.
Oh, that's how you talk to him?
Well, the bosses might be harder to talk to without fighting, but there might be a way. I'll see what I can do, but let's see who's over there. So you see that there is, so she's there, you see Nessie is there, you see there is a werewolf wearing like a Roman toga, or like a kind of like, he looks very like Roman. He may even have like a laurel wreath on his head, kind of he's kind of just sort of standing there doing this. He looks very kind of strapping and furry, and Asha, I don't know where Asha would feel about like a specifically like wolf kind of guy. But
It works.
Is he a bartender?
You don't get bartender vibes off of him, although you could get him like drinking from like earthenware wine, pitchers. So there might be something to it.
It's a classic enemies to frenemies to lovers situation here, Asha, I think.
You also see kind of like a gaunt old man holding a shovel, and he's got kind of like stringy hair coming off, and he's wearing like kind of like an old fashioned like big body coat thing. You feel free to ask her. I'm just gonna say who it is. You can ask Jinx who any of these people are. You also see there's a ghostly figure wearing like a half mask across his face, and like he's kind of got like a black cape on, but it's all kind of partially incorporeal, and and you see organ music playing by him. There's also what appears to be a zombie in like a football helmet and football pads, but they're all kind of like messed up, and like the zombie keeps like pulling his own arm off and like twirling it around and sticking it back on and kind of going hut hut.
Who's that guy?
Oh, that's Spoil Sport.
Ah,
I don't know him very
take
well.
him.
There's also a very sexy mummy girl, kind of like wrapped in bandages that kind of don't cover up enough. there's another bandaged person, but it's like kind of like an invisible man type character who you can see there's like portions of him are missing, and you suspect that if it's a very hard character to play because you can remove all your bandages and then be invisible, so like you don't kind of Smash Bros style where you like really got to know where you are. There's also a big sort of like scaly kind of like almost like dinosaur looking monster guy, kind of like a big, he looks like Abomination from Marvel, kind of like a big kind of like thing. And then the last one, there is sort of like, you can see there's like a horse sort of behind him, but there is this kind of like, he's wearing sort of like Revolutionary War or pre that kind of garb, like Hessian garb perhaps. And he has no head, but is holding a pumpkin that is on fire. Yeah. So those are the Dread Fighters. And then you see like 3 more spaces, but they're all locked and they kind of have only silhouettes, but one of them definitely looks like Dracula.
No, it's that type of game. Dominic takes a look at. He's nursing his eye with a piece of steak, and he takes a
pixelated steak.
Yeah. Go take a look at all these fighters, and which one of these, with his keen insight from being knocked around, looks like someone who would know a Nightmare Rider?
You want to use your clue?
Yeah, it's probably the Rider, isn't it?
It is the Rider, but it's also the Gravedigger.
Huh.
You with your insight, you know she was taking you to the Headless Horseman, but you know that the Gravedigger also has information.
Just the look of this guy.
The people here aren't pixelated, right? Or
they're also like, if they're pixelated, it's like a good resolution. They're not like they definitely appear sort of animated, but it's maybe more of like a 2005 game than a 1995 game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You get a lot of definition in their faces. And
so are we pixelated? No, right?
you guys are not, but it's kind of in a way of like anyone watching this, you'd probably be pixelated. It's that sort of kind of.
All right, so who we got to fight to get the answers?
Dominic's just gonna walk up to the Headless Horseman and go.
Actually, wait. Give me a luck roll, Dominic.
Using 5 or 4, because I rolled a 5.
Yeah, you use 5. You got your.
Okay.
You
All right.
rolled 5, so you get 5.
Sure. 2 5s.
Hey, 2 5s. And 5 is
Hey, that's me.
5 is you in a nutshell. I will say that because of that, the horseman is not currently fighting, so you can go and approach.
I'll say, Headless Horseman, or whatever your name is. You know anything about the Nightmare Rider?
He sort of like he kind of without a head on, but like the pumpkin's eyes widen, and in response to this,
no head, of course.
The nightmare, the Headless Horseman rather, sort of there's like a pause, and like he kind of like looks both ways with the pumpkin, and Jinx will say, "Ooh, okay, fair enough. A new challenger approaches." And everyone goes, "Whoa!" And suddenly Dominic, it's like there's like a quick little thing of like mysterious stranger versus the Headless Horseman. And so now Dominic, you're gonna fight him. However, this is like a tag team tournament game. So I am gonna say that any of the rest of you can jump in. There will just be other bad guys who will jump in as well.
Let's go.
Sides.
Dominic has literally never played a video game because they weren't invented on the thing. So,
You know how to fight.
but his first instinct is to pull out his gun that he got from the last session and start shooting at because he has
Sure.
projectile weapons, of course.
Sure. I mean, people can have guns in fighting games. They don't really always do all that much damage, and they're probably slower to use. Yeah.
That's
So-
his opener is, of course, gun.
Who is going to fight is my question before we jump into this. DJ3 is jumping into the mix. Asha and Filian, you don't have to fight, but it's kind of, it can be 4v4 or 2v2 or 3v3. It's whatever.
I'm going to fight.
Filian's going to fight, okay? Asha?
Asha wants to fight the wolf.
Okay, make a luck roll. Let's see if the wolf is on the team.
Or with the wolf. Either or. She
Understood.
just wants an excuse. 2 8s and 2 2s.
Which would you like to use?
Meta.
Meta's probably a good one for this, because it refers back to shenanigans. All right, very good. Does anybody else have a request of who they're fighting? I will tell you that regardless, that you guys can't both request because the Gravedigger is joining in this fight.
I would say the football player,
Okay.
arch nemesis.
Give me a luck roll to see if Spoil Sport joins.
Freaking jocks, I swear.
Well, I will fight the Gravedigger, my arch nemesis.
Oh, you guys will fight whoever winds up tagging into the fight. I'm
Alright.
just saying this is the lineup.
Fuck, I forgot.
Your
2 3s.
arch-nemesis. 2 3s?
Yes.
Let it be Spoil Sport. That's fine. Versus Headless Horseman. And there is a moment where you see them all appear, and it's like Dominic and the Headless Horseman are the biggest images at the top, and the rest of you are kind of in stripes below them. So it's Mysterious Stranger, Mysterious Stranger, Mysterious Stranger, Mysterious Lich versus the Headless Horseman. DJ3 will put you against Spoil Sport, and as that happens, you hear a minor key marching band play, da 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 da, rah rah brains. Against Asha, you see that very sort of whatever handsome Roman vampire werewolf guy, and it says Lycanthus. And then across from Filian, you see the kind of creepy gravedigger guy with his shovel, and it just says Silas. All right. So Dominic, you're gonna fight. You're up against this dude. Your plan is you're not gonna mainly use fisticuffs. You want to just use guns.
Look, Dominic doesn't believe this is a game, so he's acting like it's a real fight. So he opens with gun. That's what he's gonna do.
Understood. Gun for you is
Why
it's still a
That's
fight.
the question.
It's still a fight. So go ahead and roll a fight.
Like, why are you attacking me? I just asked a stupid question. And 3 8s.
3 8s.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna say with 3 8s, I will have to roll for your opponent as well here. But 3 8s is gonna be probably hard to beat because 8 is always good in a meta situation here. So, I do have 3 2s.
Oh.
And
wow.
given that this is a horror thing, I'm going to give a slight edge to that. And Dominic, but I'll give you some insight into what's going on here, which is that you are fighting a ghostly form, so your bullets are kind of passing through, you know?
Oh, man.
It's like the timing, you get a couple of shots off, but the timing's much harder to do when you're sort of not up close. Meanwhile, you do get smacked with a couple of punches, and you do have a pumpkin head sort of hits at you, but he is not quite able to get off any kind of ultimate attack or ability. So Dominic, you have a choice now. Do you want to stay in, or do you want to tag in someone fresh? Oh, and as we do that, let's just for the sake of stuff, you were gonna say you lose 3 of your power in the course of those punches.
Do we use is it our power that we have, or is there a little separate? Is our power our bar?
I'm gonna say your power's your bar.
Okay.
Oh, except because then you'll all have 0 power at the end of the game if you win.
Exactly.
Okay, tell you what. Yes, Dominic, forget that. I will chart your power separately. Good point. Okay. At the end of this, you guys tied. He has the edge. Dominic, I'm going to say that you have 40% health left. He has 50% health left.
Separate from the power, so I should gain my power back.
So regain your power. You're fine.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. 40 is 50. All right. Well. Is this the system of battle where if the main one falls, the entire thing falls, or would just automatically tag the next person in?
No, it's just the next one. It's if you're out, one of them gets tagged in.
All right. Well, Dominic never shied away from a fight, so he's gonna continue. Well, now that he's in melee, he's gonna go punching.
I love it. Okay, give me a fight roll. And while you do that,
It'll be a Toto move. 2 2s.
2 2s. Well, 2s are great. So that's the good news. Bad news is, and I do have to roll. I gotta roll here to see how this goes, because it's gonna be they're attempting a combo tag out. So you come in with some punches and you get a punch off on this guy. He will go down to 40 himself with 2 2s, but oh no.
Oh no.
I've just rolled. Oh no, but I have to roll separate and see if the other guy can, because they both have to do it. Sorry, hold on. That's worse.
Oh.
Okay.
So, Dominic, the good news for you is you hit the Headless Horseman and you do well. And the Headless Horseman is now down 240. But as you start punching him, he kind of like steps away and he moves out right as Spoil Sport like runs across, like holding. Oh, the Headless Horseman, here's their little handoff. The Headless Horseman tosses his head, and Spoilsport catches it under his arm and runs like a football and, like, tramples over you. And I will say that probably does, that will knock you. Well, we'll roll it. Dominic, you have 10% of your health left.
I don't even know why we're fighting for anything. Just ask a stupid question.
Do you want to tag out, or you want to stay in?
I see DJ3 is really enthusiastic about fighting this guy.
Oh yeah, we're ready.
So I'll go. All right, Douglas, go ahead.
That's DJ3, but
Okay, Tom. All right, so DJ3, you're up next.
can I like enter the
Dominic
combat
just
with
walks-
like a skate attack thing?
Dominic has no style whatsoever. He just walks off to the side normally.
Dominic, because I'm gonna say you guys, unless you guys try to coordinate one later, since Dominic just got hit, he's doing the like escape thing rather than like a combo tag. So he just like backwards roll out. Dominic, DJ3, you rush in. You're gonna try to hit as you go. So I'm gonna up the sort of thing here. Go ahead and do a fight roll here. Unfortunately, you can't do hockey skate shoot because that you're not. That's not the vibe. You're not. You haven't come in as like a hockey play, So yeah. So just go ahead and do like a normal fight, but you're still pretty high in those.
3 4s.
3 4s. Alrighty.
The Rocky and Ice is just a glamour. So are you just literally fighting with human hands?
Yeah, but he's like a hockey player.
I know he's a fighter. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, this is so basically you are I'm going to say you're not able to get in a like special attack as you come in. Spoilsport is also one of those irritating fighting game characters who's like real like like he'll like kick his leg off and throw. It's like real like unpredictable and irritating. So you're not able to kind of get into that, but then you guys start just like kind of doing various exchanges, and every time you hit, like you get hit, he gets hit. You actually have both rolled 3 4s, so you're fully evenly matched here. So roll.
Can I?
Go ahead.
If we're just like fisticuffs, can I do my like hockey style, like pull his jersey over his head?
Because he has a jersey, I will allow you to attempt this. So basically, this is a raising the stakes of the situation here, as you're going to try to do this. However, DJ3, you do think that your best bet would be to try to do this as part of a tag combo. So if you wanted to try to signal one of your allies to come in and tag. That being said, roll a D8 for me real quick.
That's not bad. That's this. 2.
2. Okay. So he is now at 80% health. You are at 70% health.
Okay.
So if you want to try to do a combo thing, who would you like to call for the combo?
Billy and Asha, either of you ready to?
Asha, fight.
All right.
Asha will fight. Okay.
So I'll set up him by like pulling the jersey over and getting him disoriented, so Asha can do her forest. Was it like forest kick or whatever?
Love it. All right.
There's
So
a lot of things.
here's how this works.
Right.
What you guys want is the largest match that you share. So both make your fighting roll. But the trick here is you're trying to do a shared roll.
Yeah. What is fight? Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a different word.
No, it's just fight. So basically,
And one die is 2 power, right?
1 extra die is 2 power, and Asha, but Asha, you can use gaming. It's fine.
Right.
She understands this is just a game. Well, you have to make bad. It's just a game.
I'm adding 2 die.
I added 2 as well.
Oh, you guys are adding 2 on top of this? Okay, cool.
We need matches, right?
Yes, but just roll what you got, and then you can see what you have between you, because that's the trick.
Yeah. Oh, so like if I have 1/6 and he has 1/6, that's a match?
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
To do a team thing, it will be the biggest match you share.
I got 2 3s and 2 6s. So
I got
far.
2 3s.
So that's
So
a
can I-
4th degree 3.
And then can I change?
If you want to spend 5 power to change one, you may.
I cannot change.
Then I will.
Wait, why can't you change?
Because I don't have the star in my
Oh,
thing.
sure. Yes. He's spending power to change.
Oh, no, I mean, we already have... I
That's
already
gonna
have
be a
2
fifth
3s on
degree.
here.
You guys are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Poor Spoil Sport was not ready for this. Okay. Okay, so after you've done that, would you both roll 1d8 for me, please? Well, actually,
7.
ooh, that's going to be hard for him. It's going to be rough. If KJ rolls high, it's going to roll 1d8.
1d8?
Yeah, you're not making a roll. This is I'm actually just having you use d8s for damage just because it's what's handy.
Oh, okay. 4.
Yeah. He is so basically DJ3, you pull him back. Asha, how do you hit him when you run in once the jersey's been pulled?
I guess she wants to come running in real low and do like a giant full body uppercut.
Okay, cool. So basically you pull him up and you uppercut. And because it's Spoil Sport, his like body falls apart while that happens, but then sort of comes back together. DJ3, you roll out. You're at 70. Asha is now in with her full 100. I probably should have, well, whatever, it's fine. So Asha's now in. Now, Asha, Spoil Sport is not out, but he is looking very low. He is at about, like, 15%. So, if you want to, you can go aggressive and try to finish him off, but it looks like he's about to try to roll out and have somebody else tag in. It won't be like a tag combo thing. So if you stay back and just wait for a new fighter, then it'll just be an even thing. You can try to go get him, but if you miss, you're gonna be like open to somebody coming in and cleaning your clock. So what do you want to do? You want to finish one off?
Put him back in ground.
Put him back in ground. Okay, Asha, make a fight roll. This will be against
Fight or gaming?
Gaming is fine.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Oh no.
2 4s.
Okay, so Asha, unfortunately, he has rolled 4 4s.
What?
So as you kind of come to like do like you kind of come to like, you know, like strike down on him and mess with him real bad, he kind of does we'll say you hear like a coach whistle, and he kind of does like a fast exit move where he kind of like you know, what's the thing, the drift dodge, what's the air dodge, where he kind of like he gets out really fast. So you try to hit him, and your sort of frames are in a position where you're thing, and the sexy werewolf runs in, and he is going to attack. So go ahead and do another fight against him, but you have a penalty on this, so lose 1 die. He's gonna gain an extra.
Oh.
Okay, that's 2 6s.
Alrighty. Oh dear. I'll tell you what. He has 3 4s and 3 2s. So rather than switch, because he can switch one. rather than switching one to mess you up real bad, he's going to use his 3-2s on the fight. So he's going to sort of beat you in the fight here, but he's going to use his 3-4s on a sort of like charm situation to sort of like hit you and go, oh well, I hate to hit someone so beautiful. That's why I'll have to bite you, I guess. And then he'll so we'll go for the fight. Roll a d8 for me.
3.
3. Okay, so you do take half. Even with that, with a little bit of fighting back, you will knock him down to about like 90% of his health. But Lycanthus has knocked you down to about 60. So
Okay.
he definitely you tried to get rid of Spoil Sport, but Spoil Sport escaped. Lycanthus came in, and you kind of, since you were in the wrong position, so you've been knocked down. But right now, Lycanthus is 90, you're at 60. You want to keep fighting? He's doing sexy talk.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Cool. All right, so go ahead and do a fight. If you have multiple successes on this, you can try to have one be a charm situation. I'm not going to have his charms mechanically mess you up, but I would allow your charms to mechanically mess him up. You get it.
I'm gonna use 1 die.
Okay. Spend 1 extra. Spend 2
Yes.
and 1 extra. Cool.
Excellent. I have 3 7s.
Ooh.
And 2 6s.
3 7s, 2 6s?
Yes.
All right. Which is which? Which is the fight? Which is the charm?
6 is fight, 7 is charm.
6
But I
is
want
fight.
I want the charm to affect the fight, if that makes sense.
Understood. Okay. I'll tell you what happens.
Like, as opposed to her fighting like fucking Zangief, she's fighting like Chun-Li. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's sexy fighting.
I am fighting as Chun-Li. I get it.
I
Okay,
don't think
Asha,
you
then
know.
here's how this will go down. He is going to beat you at the fighting. So roll another d8.
3.
3. Okay, cool. So he goes down to he'll only go down to an 80%. Well, you will get knocked down to 30%. But you basically start doing your it's like your taunt, like your sexy taunt pose move.
Or twerk.
Yeah, you'll do your twerk, basically. Your victory twerk. You kind of start twerking, and that does confuse him for a moment.
Excellent.
So, Asha, he is currently at, so basically, so you guys know, the Headless Horseman's at 50, Spoil Sport is at 10, this guy is at 80. And then the two who haven't entered are both at 100. So they do have a slight power edge on you right now, a health edge. So yes, Asha, so do you want to keep fighting, or do you want to try to use this to hit him with a combo from
What am
Philly?
I at?
You are at 30 right now.
30. Okay, yeah, combo.
Okay, so who do you want to combo in? You want to bring in Philian?
Is he the only one left unhurt?
Yes.
I'm relatively unscathed, but
You could bring DJ3 back in, or you could bring Philian. What do you want? What kind of bait and switch do you want to do to this poor wolf?
Mountain, I think.
Mountain. Okay, understood. Sorry, Philian. You're sitting out for a while here. Don't worry, you'll be able to get Silas.
I mean, if I'm trying to hit it, I think sending out a mountain is less offensive than a lich.
Yeah, it is. I get that. It's like you're hitting with a brick wall rather than a gross thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. So, Asha and DJ3, because of this momentary distraction, and Dominic and Philly, and you guys can see as she's looking at DJ3, she's giving this guy come hither stuff, but since she's twerking, her face is away from him, and she's giving DJ3 the now you come in. And Jinx is on your side, just jumping up and down like this a lot, but Dominic and Philly, you see on the other side that the Gravedigger, the Headless Horseman, although he's kind of just has an unchanging thing, and Spoil Sport are all doing no, dude, no, stop, fight. So he's kind of but he's stalking very into the woods, sexy big bad wolf towards Asha, ooh, don't mind if I take a bite out of that. So Asha and DJ3, go ahead and give me fight rolls again. You are matching with each other.
So this time I have 2 5s, a 7, a 2, and a 6.
2 5s, a 7, a 2, and a 6. All right, let's see what DJ3 can get.
straight.
A straight reroll for free roll.
You get that so often.
It's unreal.
In response to
Jesus
this,
Christ.
I'm also giving him 1 penalty because he's so enamored.
Oh, the wolf.
That sucks for the wolf. Because he
Did
just
he roll
rolled
0?
No, he just rolled 1, 2, 3, 5.
I just rolled 1, 2, 6, 4, 5.
Okay, so what
No,
matches?
1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Well, you have a 5, so that's a 5th degree success, right?
At 2 5s.
So
Third
yeah,
degree.
so you have 2 5s and he has 1 5. So you, sorry, not 5th. You have a 3rd degree success
Yes.
between you two. Okay, cool. So
And the wolf has -1 degree, right?
the wolf, no, because the wolf can't change with dice. So he has a 2nd degree success in horror, but you guys have a 3rd degree success, which is going to supersede that. So go ahead, you two roll your damage. Both roll 1d8. He will not
Seven.
even get. What's that? DJ3?
8.
8. Asha.
7.
Oof,
Oh.
magoof. Okay. 15
One punch.
does. He has 5% health left as. And what does this hit look like, Asha? Do you like you'll do 1 impact of pain to him, and then DJ3 will come do the rest. So how do you hit him as he's like with slavering jaws coming to bite your butt?
I guess she would.
I was thinking if he's trying to bite her,
Mhm.
and if I jump in and I hit his head down, and then Asha hits his head back up,
With her butt?
Oh,
twerks
yeah.
it, twerks right into it.
Twerks
It's
it up.
work shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So I will say that you guys do like a cool combo where you like hit down and he's like, oh, and then Asha kind of, he's like, oh, and he kind of spins back and it's like a really like he gets like it's a multi-hit combo as the two of you just. So he's really in rough shape. He sort of bounces back in his kind of free recovery thing as he sort of gets back. Asha is now out. DJ3, you're back in. This guy only has 5% health left. So you have the exact same choice Asha had earlier, DJ3. He's gonna try to do like a quick escape, so you could try to hit him, and if you do, you'll take him out, but if you don't, you'll be really exposed for whoever runs in after him. Or you can just hang back and face somebody off, even.
What about using Doug's patented lucky shot to finish him out?
Using your
Patented
luck
lucky
roll?
shot. What is Doug's patented lucky shot? Sorry, I got
That's just a
Hockey shot?
move I made up.
Top
Oh.
shelf.
Okay. Oh, you want to try to shoot him with a hockey thing?
Yeah, but with the luck.
You want to
Wanna
roll
use
luck,
luck.
is what you're saying.
Wanna
So in
use
other
his
words, you're
luck
just
roll.
It's a lucky. It's Doug's lucky shot,
despite
right?
you and Asha just collaborating so well, you are now purposefully antagonizing KJ
Fine.
by saying you want to beat him just with luck. Then DJ3, congratulations. This is called button mashing. Make a luck roll.
That feels like a DJ3 thing to do, though. in a
Yeah,
turn.
it's on brand.
3 6s.
Of
Three
course he does.
And 2 7s, but I don't know if that matters.
It could. 3 6s, huh? This is gonna be a real all for nothing situation.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so
15 8s for the opponent.
Right? I don't like the number of die that he's rolling there.
well, I only rolled 4 because of a penalty of what they're trying to do. Okay, and now can he just get? Damn. I'm gonna use the
Did his
last...
button mashing ruin both of their plans?
No, because these guys are skilled. I'm using the absolute last
Of course.
of the limited bad guy power that I have for them to manipulate their dice after the fact. If I can roll 1 2 right now, this is really bad for TJ3.
Well, do I get a chance to rebut?
You
On
had
my
it
power?
you had it to spend power when you made your claim. As soon as you say what your thing is, that's your thing.
I'm telling you, Asha made a lot of rebuttals there.
Okay, the good news for you, however, DJ3, is that with what you've rolled, you do manage to, you'll take him out. So basically, he does come up and try to do like the beginnings of a like werewolf bite thing, and he's like, once again, my heart has misled me. How dare! And he sort of like just is like, ow, and kind of bites for you. But you just, without, it's like what you guys see DJ3 doing is just kind of like punching, kicking, total nonsense, absolute button mashing stuff. And you're like hitting him all this stuff. So that's good, but he does manage to sort of like bite into you, and as you like take him out with your last punch, the gravedigger Silas runs in and clocks you with his shovel. So they were actually attempting, he didn't try to do a run out thing, he tried to do a tag combo. So Lycanthropus is dead, or he's KO'd.
Okay.
But DJ3, you are going to take some damage here from the really rough hit from the... Like, he did bite you, and now you're getting a thing. So even though... But you have 70?
Yeah.
Think you're going to be okay. Okay. Well, you're going to be okay in the sense that you have 10% health left.
Do we have
club.
like an ultimate bar that's been building?
Yes, your ultimate bar is probably pretty full by now. If you want to do an ultimate, you could.
Yeah.
Okay. Lycanthropus is no more. Silas is in with 100%. Okay. So you want to use
like
your
the
ultimate?
Yeah. Can it be like the summon ultimate where we do something together with my ultimate? And
Oh,
then,
kind of like Marvel versus
Yeah.
Capcom style.
Yeah, that's
sure.
yeah.
We can do that style summon. So basically, you can do this. All four of you will come in and attack.
Are we ready, gang?
If you guys want to try that.
Put me in, coach.
Let's do it.
All right.
Asha?
Dominic doesn't understand a thing, but he's going in anyway.
So everyone, because of the difficulty of this, you all receive 1 penalty on this roll.
Okay.
You can, of course, expend precious power to get rid of the penalty, but everybody make a fight roll together. This is going to see the biggest match across all 4 of you.
All right. I'll spend. Is it how many power per dice?
Just
added?
2 power to get the dice back, and then you can also spend 2 to get extra on top of it. Whew, this might be really bad for old Silas.
I have 3 ones.
3 ones. Okay, so
boy.
far, Asha's bringing you 3 ones. What was your other die?
I have a 7 and a 5.
Did you spent power to get full die?
No, I'm doing gaming.
Oh, you have 6 for gaming, right?
No, I have 5 for gaming.
What
No,
did
but
roll?
you have 1 penalty, so you lose 1
Oh,
die.
right. Should I re-roll or should I just take 1 away?
I'll let you just take 1 away. That's fine.
Okay, I'm getting rid of the 5.
Understood.
What did you roll?
3 1s and a 7.
I had 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 7. And a 4.
Ones. Guys, this is a lot of ones.
I have 2 7s and a 1. And 8.
No ones. 2, 4, 5, 6, 8.
No!
Oh God!
Oh.
Reroll! Reroll!
You could spend 3 power
Oh.
to re-roll if you wanted to.
All right, might as well. I'll re-roll.
Or just change 1 to a 1.
Or spend 5 to change 1 to a 1. But I mean, at that point, what do we
I'm
got? Dominic?
already at 5 power exactly.
Dominic's put a
that-
lot into this. It's fine.
You know what? Another re-roll. This one is 5, 2, 2, 8, 3. All right. You know what? I have to have 1 1 in all
Gotta
of
get
this
one.
to
Just
contribute.
wants to contribute a 1.
1 1 1 1
That's
and
that's
4 3 8 6.
that's
So I
1,
don't
2,
think-
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hoof. Okay, so, he literally can't beat this, but I'm gonna roll just to see.
I actually like to think that our alternate is we just summon Sherlock and he talks to them, and then they just attack themselves.
Sherlock summons. They rage quit.
Yes.
All right. So you guys hit him hard. All of you roll 1d8.
Oh boy.
4.
6. 10 so far.
5.
15 so
Also
far.
5.
20.
Okay. Oh, if he rolls a 3, he can do it. No, he doesn't. Okay, so yes. You guys do manage to one-shot Silas with all 4 of you doing your ultimates. What are all your ultimates that you gotta do at once?
I mean, Asha's is Into the Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's right. Asha's striking for, but yeah. Actually, Filian, yeah, go ahead. What's Filian's?
Well, I was just gonna imagine it's not the spell, but it would be kind of like a finger of death, or it's just sort of like a point.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Poor Silas. All right.
Dominic doesn't know where they came from, but basically all of the mob family comes in and starts shooting at him. It's like, why are you guys here?
What? Yeah, like little pixelated,
Yeah, exactly.
also Frankenstein monster things.
Versions of. Oh, and jumping Gianna too as a Frankenstein. Sort of thing.
What do you got, DJ3?
Probably shooting a bunch of,
Pucks.
pulling the hockey stick out, shooting a bunch of that, and then like finishing with a hit from the stick.
Sure.
Getting one extra penalty in there.
Yeah, it's basically every hockey penalty. Yeah.
They absolutely overwhelm him. Okay. So, that's the good news. The better news is that they all are some degree of knocked down. Filian, you are the one remaining in, since kind of it automatically leaves whoever has the highest health, which is you.
I'm at 10.
Dominic and DJ3 are both at 10, and Asha is at 30. So you've now eliminated 2 of theirs. This will be the headless horseman will sort of appear. So Filian, go ahead and make a fight roll if you'd like to.
Sure.
Okay. As you try to puppet your meat machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just spend 2 power to add a die to it.
Okay. Terrible, but not great.
2 6s.
2 6s. Okay, cool. So the headless horseman, as you appear, and you have full health, which is good. But the headless horseman, as you sort of begin to come in using these like necromantic attacks, the headless horseman like just starts doing like crazy like punch stuff, and kind of like throwing his head up and like punching his head into you from a distance and getting all the stuff, and he's blocking all your stuff. So this first round, roll me a d8.
You know what I'm imagining?
4.
I'm imagining that.
4. Okay.
Imagining Filian's controls. He's still using the joystick, right? But now he has 3 buttons. The normal arcade stick thing in front of him instead of the normal.
Okay, so Filian, the headless horseman is like super like dominating you, but you're still getting some punches in. You take him down from 50% health to 30% health, but he brings you down from 100 to like 40.
Oof.
And as he's doing that, he does end this in like a combo. He still has his ultimate bar filled, but he does like a multiple hit combo. He had 3 2s. So he's and kind of, sort of you get knocked back. So you are now at 40. So you guys you have way more total health than the other team. They have 50 combined. You guys have 40 plus 30 plus 20 plus 20, which is 90, I guess. Yeah.
Get him.
So you can stay in and fight. You do technically have the most health of anyone in the thing, but now
sure.
you guys are at fairly even strengths.
Um.
And you've used all your bar, so you can't do any like combo exit entrances.
Sure. Is there a way? I mean, I can specify spells if you like, since I am to use magic instead of fight.
I'd allow you to attempt. Sure. What is it you want to do?
Well, I was wondering if I could summon something to help fight with me.
Oh, I see.
Summon type fighter.
You can attempt to summon of like an undead thing. Certainly, I'd allow that because you everything you do has to be vaguely lich themed.
Sure.
So yeah, you could bring like a skeleton or something in. Is that what you want to try to do?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
okay.
great.
Cool. So you're gonna try to do a summon move. Okay, go ahead, make your magic roll. As you're kind of like, I hope that this works with this ring Henry gave me. Kind of vibe.
I was just sorry. I was just looking for what level of spell I have to mark off.
Don't spend any magic. This is not. Okay. You're not. It's like this is its own separate sort of.
Okay.
So
Got it.
Going to allow you to do that as it's basically like your move in this fighting game is to summon up a thing. kind of you. But I'm gonna let you
Understood.
roll magic
Understood.
instead of fight on it. No problem.
Understood.
Okay.
Let's spend 3 power to reroll.
Okay.
That was 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
All right. 3 2s.
3 2s. A
3
good
2s.
thing to roll. Okay. Oof. Not anything good here. All right. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
Okay. 6.
6. Cool. Okay, so you do summon a little pixelated like skeleton thing here that kind of sort of pops up, and it's like, so he's kind of getting like punched from both sides, in like in the way where like you summon like multiple copies of yourself in like
Sure.
Darkstalkers or whatever. So you're sort of smashing him with this as he's kind of getting the thing with that. You knock him down with a 6, half the thing. You knock him down to 20. You do take 10 more, so you're at 30. Being overwhelmed as such, he's going to try his ultimate with Spoil Sport. So I'm going to roll those 2. Make a fight roll for this one.
Okay. So that was a 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to re-roll for free. Okay. Pair of 7s. Pair of comedy.
Okay, so I am gonna say that you've like broken him down pretty hard. He and Spoil Sport both have to like kind of use the rest of their stuff. They do take you out and your skeleton with this attack as he summons in a like a horse to ride, and Spoil Sport kind of then charges from the other direction. So Filian's getting like hit from both sides. So Filian, you will lose your remaining 30%. But what you have now and so Filian's out, so whoever has the most highest, Asha, you're in now. And Spoil Sport is now out, but they now have no meter at all.
Get him.
So they're out of whatever stuff. So Filian knocked him down to the point where he had to use his meter in a non-ideal way. So Asha, because he'd be at 15, not 20. Okay, Asha, go ahead and make a fight roll.
I have 2 2s.
2 2s. Oh, come on. All right.
Get him, Asha.
Asha, roll a d8.
6.
You roll 6 as well. Asha, okay, so what happens here,
KO?
Asha, because you have 30, this is a double KO situation.
Okay.
So so basically, then Filian is taken out. Asha and this thing double KO, which means Spoil Sport and DJ3 and Dominic, you guys are at even, so who wants to go in and fight Spoil Sport?
I guess
That-
DJ3 wants to go in.
That's the football player, right?
Right, I got him.
DJ3, go
Finish
ahead.
this guy up.
Just last one. They have no power or meter left. So just
Do we have any?
You don't have any meter, no.
All right. I'll just add some die, I guess, with the remaining little bit of power I have.
Why not?
It's 2 to add dice, right?
2 to add a die on top, yeah.
Okay.
Also, guys, this is taking longer than I realized, so I might try to hand wave some stuff out.
I
of this. I'm
realize.
very sorry. We also spent so long talking about other nonsense at the beginning, so it's really all my fault. I see that it's 9:30.
2 2s.
Fuck. 2 2s. Very sorry to say he has 3 2s, DJ3. So, Spoil Sport has 3 pixels of health left, and DJ3 is taken out. So, Dominic,
You got to finish this, Dominic.
you have to come in and finish it.
All right.
Basically, Dominic, roll the fight. All you have to do is you literally have to land 1 hit before he lands 2 or 3 on you.
This feels like the exact situation with Dominic.
Get him, Dominic.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything
there's
you
still one
got.
more fighter after him, right?
Nope. Last fighter.
All right, I'll use my last 2 power to add another dice.
Love it.
We knocked them all out. All right, I'll just do this twice. 8, 2, 7. 3, 3, 4. 2 3s is all I got. Need to get like 15 5s.
No, I have. You have 2 3s.
Yes.
I have 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. I can change 1 so I can get a match, but I can't get a 2, which is what you need in this realm to have the edge. Which means because it's a tie and he has less health, he gets 1 punch in on you, or 1. Oh god, you're fighting spoiler sport. He hits you with like 1 severed arm, but then you do what is like your final like tap, or what? How do you take him out? What's your final KO shot?
Literally with my gun, I suppose. melee gun at him.
Melee gun.
Just pistol whip him.
Yeah, I guess pistol whip him right from melee.
All right. And with that, it is so you just have a little health. It's a very close match. But in the end, a massive 4v4 tag team tournament is ended, and like the frightful winners, unknown strangers, and bats fly everywhere. And you guys
Dominic?
can now all do your closing animation celebration.
Dominic just asking, why do we even need to fight? He's holding his gun. Why do we even need to fight anyway? I'm just asking a question.
It rules of game. You have to win fight if you want information.
I'm just doing what would normally be like prestidigitation fireworks, but in this form, it's just like little like flaming skulls that I'm like tossing up.
Dominic is just really confused, and his animation is just very bewildered.
What does DJ3 do?
It's just the John Travolta in
Exactly.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction John Travolta.
He's just gonna do the cloud sword juggling
God, the hockey
with the
stick.
hockey stick.
Perfect. All right, so you guys win. So Jinx shows up behind you and says, "That was amazing." And based on the rules of these fighting games, they have to tell you what they know. However, here's what we're going to do. Rather than them literally talking, actually, we're going to do this in a meta way that actually makes perfect sense. These sort of headless horsemen, and actually, no, you'll get extra. You guys see like a weird icon show up, and you see this like larger thing of all these different things, but you guys have just unlocked like cutscenes and backstories for these 4 characters.
Yeah.
Which you can watch
Excellent.
later, so we can show those to Henry
Sure.
later.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, that's fantastic.
And including information about the Nightmare Rider.
Excellent.
So that's cool.
Here's how I imagine it to happen. We get the little disc or something with all the data and all the stuff, but it's playing right there, and Dominic is just pushing skip on the controller or something like that.
Oh, it's like a it's got to be a cartridge, right? It's like a
Is it?
Atari cartridge.
Super
This
Nintendo.
this is probably a
N64.
16-bit era.
Okay.
Or it
Alright,
might be a
so it's
32-bit, in which case it would be a disc. You know what? It's in that zone.
All right.
These days it's just a download. God damn everything.
Do we get to talk to Dracula now?
You can. I will, however, allow a brief chat with Dracula, yes. So Dracula will sort of appear in, like, pixelated bats. Come down and say, "I was wondering about this unsanctioned fight. And
That's
I see
good
it
entertainment.
is. Some of you are familiar to me.
Hello? We
Everyone's
need
like,
to go.
meanwhile, Jinx is off to the side like, "Oh my god, it's the new boss. Ooh, let me study his moves." He'll say, "So, I assume you have not come here to enter the Dread Fighter tournament."
No.
Well,
Just came here to ask questions.
Very
Okay,
well.
I
Don't
wasn't.
make assumptions.
These two were. As
Well-
I'm pointing to Asha and DJ3.
Have you considered my proposal?
what
Oh,
do you
you're the
need
same
from
Dracula.
us?
In order to do what, my friend? Are you going to be interfering with my plans for Superstar duel.
To save
I
Medina.
don't care.
Ah, to save your friend Medina.
Oh,
Who?
Ah, forgive me, I did not see you there.
Also, yeah, who?
She was
Who's Medina?
one of the colleagues of Callie's and Frankie's and Nova and me.
Were you guys very close?
We did some things. We were all in this library together in the same school.
So not very close then.
She kind of reminds me of Corinna for whatever reason.
who knows?
I don't know what it is.
Was she
something-
also purple?
Wasn't purple. No, it looked like
Was she an elf?
no,
A magician of some kind?
no.
I don't see any similarities
Oh,
whatsoever.
the bossy, and she break her own rules, but you still the bad one. Is that it?
Something closer to it. It's
Yeah.
something.
Now
closer to
you're
that.
on the trolley.
Yeah.
I
So
can't quite put my finger on it.
Dracula will
Alright.
sort of listen to this, and perhaps because he knows it is 9:37. I'm a creature of the night, but I know other people have jobs in the morning. Dracula will sort of say, your friend Medina. In truth, my friend, she is in grave danger. If you'd like me to save her, I will do so. In exchange for a favor in the future. We will be allies.
And this isn't like a monkey paw save her type thing, right? Where you like save her by, turning her into a
vampire.
spawn. Yeah.
I may have to. Then I shall make this deal with you. If I have no other means of saving your friend, but transforming her into a vampire, like myself, I will make her a vampire entire. She will not be a spawn under my thrall. She will drink of my blood and have her freed. But hopefully it will not come to that. In exchange for this guidance, against very dangerous odds, you will aid me when I call upon you. In
He
other
will aid
words,
you.
what's that?
He will aid you.
No, you and your whole team.
Are you kidding me? I didn't ask for this.
Yes, but
I don't know
you
this
are
person.
a group. It is an agreement you make.
Can,
At some point
I
in
had
the
an
future,
addendum.
I will request one of your missions, superseding whatever vote you have done. You will do a mission for me. Understand?
Can I add an addendum to the deal?
Perhaps, but I do have to go fight. It looks like Phantom Mask is about to make it to my boss stage, so I have to run quickly.
Oh, I just want to be turned into a vampire. Then do I get to keep my magic?
Open your face. As I suspected, you would have to return to your home to be turned into a vampire. By me, there, if you understand.
Yeah. All right.
That
Well,
is if-
scratch that one off the list, motherfucker.
if we are, shall we say, if we are allies, I can perform this.
This isn't what Treason wanted.
Man.
Yeah, treason in the Commodore.
Mhm.
I do favors for my friends. So, do we have an accord? If you wish for me to save Medina, I must act quickly.
I don't think our favor could be overly malicious.
Unfortunately, you cannot choose. I will, when I have need of you, I will need you for whatever need has arisen.
I'll say to DJ3, I'm not risking my life for someone I've never met. I don't know this person there.
Well, is that what we're supposed to do?
Let her
Well,
die?
you'd be-
Yeah? That's how
You're
the book
fighting
works.
Maisie, right? So you'd be sending us to fight Maisie.
It is very likely that your battle would be against Maisie.
Sign me the fuck up!
God damn it.
Likely against our common enemy.
And I know Nova's in.
I have a suspicion Corinna would be too.
I would assume that we would have talked about it before.
Probably. Granted, Dracula is kind of making a bigger ask from you guys. For
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
You probably talked to Decoy Asha about that because
it's possible, Asha.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Asha
long-
never heard that name before.
Scoop, you've been telling Scoop all about Medina. Just this stuffed bear, like.
I thought you were being rude
"Wah,
at
you
first.
chop." Asha, blow wah.
But
All right. Wow.
I thought you were going through something, Asha.
So
I was really. I
um,
poured my heart and soul out to you.
So it appears that I will say that I'll say 3 people we're going to assume, will definitely assume Nova would. So that's 3 of the team of 7 have voted yes. Dominic is basically voting no. Asha, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
I mean, if it's all for it to be against Maisie, I guess she's in.
Very well. Then Dracula will accept these terms. Say, that is my cue, and you hear like darker music playing, and he goes, "You can stay and watch the fight. It's going to be succulent." And then he'll turn into bats and fly away.
Guys, I think that music bad sign.
You don't like it?
It seemed dark. It seemed dark music.
Dark and ominous.
Dark and ominous. So you have some lore in the form of 4 cutscenes, 2 of which may reveal information about the Nightmare Rider, 2 of which won't. But you do have the Spoil Sport and Lycanthus cutscene. The Lycanthus cutscene could be considered erotica in some circles, so way to go, Asha. But
All right,
I think
so
yeah, go ahead,
We'll
Dominic.
find some secluded area. And
Sure.
I'll rip the page. I've learned my lesson.
Jinx is like, "All right, well, thanks, bye." Where'd they
It was
go?
a pleasure.
Oh well.
We're gonna go.
Asha
very
had
big swing.
glorious pickup line about her home being moon, and you go and rip the page too early again.
Oh, be-
We're going full Batman here, where everyone looked away for one brief second. I ripped the page, and then that's the exact moment Asha decides she was gonna do her thing. But now
so
we're
sad.
back in Henry's
Well,
thing.
everyone, thank you so much. We are going to end it there because we're sort of late for this, but thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to do kind of a quicker closeout here. On Wednesday, we're back with Top Flight Tales, I'm pretty sure. On Friday, 143 Blood from a Stone. Going to be very exciting. Multiple of 13. Come check it out. And because of what you did here tonight, there literally will be a Medina Dracula kind of like interlude because of this. Oh, whoa! I just realized something. That's really cool. Well done. I wasn't planning that part of this, by the way. I didn't realize you'd be doing that, but now that you have, that's really fun that you've done that. Very cool. So join us on Friday for that. On Sunday, we're back with Here Be Dragons, where stuff is heating up. And then 1 week from tonight, we'll be back with this. I will give you 2 missions tomorrow or the next day. I don't think Dracula will be charging his favor yet, so you'll probably still have some choices. But at some point, we will have a week where you guys vote on a mission. Actually, no, I'll probably tell you ahead of time, no vote this week.
No.
Dracula's.
No.
No.
I should make you all vote, and then Dracula's like, "Psych,
Yeah.
this is what you're doing?" Okay.
Yeah.
I guess so.
You should even start it by like going into the mission that was voted for, and then
Oh, you genius. Oh my god.
But
I'm
now
gonna-
that he's mentioned it and we've had the idea, we're now gonna expect it.
No, that's great, especially because you won't redo that mission. And I'll have it be one you love. It'll be another like TVU like chat show one. And you guys will be like, "Oh, this is great." And then it's like, "Psych, you can't do it."
we'll never know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you all for watching. Go ahead and go to our YouTube to watch old episodes, our Discord to communicate with us, our wiki to see how all these games intersect. Yes, Pierce?
I was just gonna say also a thank you to Dice Dragons Guild for raiding in.
Oh, we had Raiders. Hi, Raiders. This was a weird one to see, so sorry about that. Hope you enjoyed whatever was happening when you raided in. Probably a fighting game.
Yeah, they came in mid Asha's first round, I think.
Oh, perfect.
Apologies all around.
Nah. Never apologize.
Well, yeah,
for
but
Asha.
thanks so much for watching. Anybody last thoughts?
And I'll do one quick Manzukas, which is Man of Tai Chi, Keanu Reeves, the movie Man of Tai Chi is Keanu Reeves' directorial debut, starring Tiger Chen about a person pulled into an underground fighting ring.
There you go.
That's my tie-in, my obscure movie to tie in for today's game.
Tis a tie-in for what was going on today for sure. Well, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I know it's late. We will see you next time. Until then, sweet dreams.